Good morning, manifestation family. In this video, I'm going to be running through my daily startup routine that gets my day off to a good start. So if we're trying to begin this hero's quest, because I do believe that when we're trying to manifest towards what we're trying to achieve, especially if this is your first time, it is like a hero's journey because we're kind of breaking away from the norm. When we're doing that, it's actually very, very important to have a routine that we repeat, because this reminds us that we are breaking away from our old habit patterns, thought patterns, and achieving something new. So this is really the first step in co-creation. But in the meantime, I also want to thank all of you who have been commenting on my recent posts and engaging with me. I find it very, very encouraging, and it makes me want to make more good content. So at this point of time, as you're watching this video, you can also go down to the comment section and just basically, just to give a shout out like where you're from. During the video, if there are any of the points that you wish to clarify, you're most welcome to ask questions down below as well. I'll respond to you, and sometimes it may give me ideas for the next video as well. But let's get started. The first thing that I do when I wake up is I will drink a cup of water. I take my water and my multivitamins. If you're not already protecting your body with multivitamins, it's a good time to start. So why not do that as part of this journey? And also, the water in the beginning of the day is very, very important to flush out the toxins that we have. As you know, when we sleep, the body is repairing itself, and the body is also removing waste through our sweat pores. And in the morning, that cup of water helps to flush away things that should be passed out of the system. So that's a very important part of the process. And since we're drinking that whole glass of water, let's take this opportunity to go in front of the mirror, and we can actually go through our manifestations. So I like to follow the Nikola Tesla 369 system. 3 key goals, and I do each one 3 times. Read out. Basically read that out as I look in the mirror, and that's my first thing. Second thing that I do, as you know, I don't typically have breakfast unless I have a heavy fitness training day the day before, and I think that I need some extra protein to recover. I will usually just have coffee, but whether it's coffee or breakfast, I would at the same time watch some video. All right, and the kind of videos that I watch, like manifestation, law of attraction, or finance, or like entrepreneurship. So these are the 4 main category areas that I watch. It's very important that I start in this way, because the kind of content that I appreciate in the morning helps to set the tone for the rest of the day. Some of you out there could be athletes, some of you out there could be, depending on your job specialization or the kind of business or any skill area that you're trying to enhance. We should have a mixture, thought leadership, which is in the area of manifestation and LOA, plus one other area. So I would like to encourage that. And it's actually healthier to have a hot or warm drink in the morning as opposed to a cold one. So only when you're well woken up, then you have a colder drink. So hot drink in the morning, and is a good reason to take your time to finish it as well. So during that time, I'll typically select a video that's about 10 to 14 minutes. If I'm not very rushed that day, I might even do 2, could be 1 of each. This is my recommendation to you. And after having gone through this video in the morning, right, I may have some ideas or inspirations on things to act upon. So the next activity that I do is to do my daily to-do list. I have my daily journal here, which I explained to you in the past. I have 2 halves to it. I would actually do the to-do list on one side, right? I typically write out between 4 to 7 or even 4 to 10 things that pertain to my short, medium, or long-term goal. And on the flip side, right, this is my inner work side. So this is where I actually write out my affirmations. And as you can see, I actually follow the Nikola Tesla 369 system, where we, in the morning, we write out 3 times, and then in the afternoon, 6 times, and nighttime, 9 times. So I do that on this side. And along with that, like earlier I mentioned, I actually read it out of the mirror. The mirror is actually very, very important. I'm just revisiting this topic, sorry for jumping over the place, because when we look at our expressions, in the beginning it feels like awkward, but as it goes along, what's going to happen is that you really want to hypnotize yourself or reprogram the simulation and understand that what we're living in is really just a dream. that we have less control over, as opposed to the so-called dreams that we have experienced in our sleep. So over time, you will realize that through a lot of synchronicities in the world, that these small actions, as I'm describing to you right now, will really influence your day. So the next thing that we go on to is poop. I said right, poop. My coffee would have done its work. I really like a cup of coffee, an Americano coffee. I don't add sugar to it. I may add a creamer. As long as it is coffee made from ground beans, right? It has a nice effect in getting waste removal from the system. When I then poop, I actually practice a no phones policy. We're so often on our devices, we don't have the space to think. Having no phones during this time. I always remembered when I was a child on the school bus, me and my friends, we would look at the clouds and, basically try to imagine things. And sometimes when we doze off, that imagination continues in our brains. Little did I know, this has a lot to do with alpha waves that so many of us struggle to get into. Because it's early in the morning, when we sleep, usually it's alpha waves or theta, delta, and so on and so forth. But we usually are still able to access alpha more easily the earlier it is in the day. Without your phone and you're pooping, you would start to think random stuff. This is actually a good time to reflect and to self-express and to kind of discharge, to pay attention to certain thoughts that could be buried in the back of our minds that are affecting us to some certain level. And depending on what came to mind, I would actually take some of these ideas to further elaborate upon into my journal, or I could even add them onto my to-do list. But right after that, typically this is when I do my cold shower. A cold shower is very, very important. Not just a cold shower, a shower is important because when we sleep, we remove waste from our body through our pores. And it helps to remove the cloggage of dirt and any substances that our body has been trying to remove while we sleep by washing it off. As the water falls in your face, water has actually a lot of healing properties, and water is highly programmable in nature. You can actually go read up studies by Dr. Emoto. Water is able to capture emotions and reorganize itself based on the surrounding inputs. So as this water falls on your face, let's say if you have a physical ailment, you can also try to manifest that as this water hits your body, this is conducting healing upon me in certain areas, or is washing away certain bad elements, not just the dirt and toxins and stuff, but also washing away perhaps bad luck or some of the bad intentions that people may be throwing at me or whatever. It's like a very good cleansing that happens as you cold shower. And the cold shower, I actually do this for at least 2 minutes. Some of you might be wondering, 2 minutes is a very long time because the water's freezing. Yeah, I know. So that's the whole point. So this is a good time to practice breathing. This is how we can tap into our parasympathetic system, because breathing is the one thing about us that we can voluntarily influence. Breathing is usually an involuntary activity, but by influencing the way that we breathe, control the state that we wish to be. Doing a few inhale, exhale, a few times deeply, in through the nose, out through the mouth. This a few times. This will actually build up body heat, right? Body heat, and then after that, when we inhale, hold it there as the water hits us, and we release. We start to acclimatize to the water. This way of breathing is also able to activate a kind of a coping mechanism that is very useful to help us to deal with the many stressful situations of daily life. Well, I could go on forever about the benefits of cold showers, but I'll leave that for you to read on by yourselves. Commit to doing. It will make you younger, it will make you more alert, it will make you show up better for your day. Especially for athletes, it wakes you up so well. I used to not perform my best if the activity is in the morning, but this really wakes me up. So after the cold shower, this is when I would apply my face creams. There are not that many that I use. A serum and moisturizer and face massage where I apply those creams is an opportunity for me to do another round of affirmations as I do that. And at this point, because of the work schedule that I've been having lately, where I don't have something early in the day, I take this opportunity to do my morning exercise, because I can then have recovery to be able to do another round of sport in the evening as well. Depending on your work schedules may be different from mine, and you may want to slot exercise in the earlier spot. All the stuff that I've been going through so far goes along the line of self-care. I know a lot of us who are in this manifestation journey, one of the things that you're trying to do as well is to kind of like manifest love and appreciation from other people. But how can you receive love and appreciation from others if you do not first love yourself? This whole routine, when you start to pay attention to yourself, you will start to definitely feel more value in yourself, and you respect yourself more as a person. And when you respect yourself more as a person, you become more worthy of respect by others as well. And exercise is one of those great things. Personally, if there was an expert, so-called expert out there, I'm less likely to pay attention to an unfit looking expert than a fit one. Because I know that this person treats his body as a temple, as opposed to a fat or obese so-called expert. I see complacency, passivity. I don't see self-respect. On the flip side, I want to make sure that I'm not that. Hope that makes sense to you. One of the things that Warren Buffett and many other top entrepreneurs do in the morning is they start their day super early. You're gonna find that, oh, there's so much stuff that you do in the morning. So how do you even fit this in? Well, then wake up earlier, man. Warren Buffett and many other entrepreneurs, they actually wake up early, like 4 something, 5 something, to have time in the morning because it's an uninterrupted reflective space. And if you are not in your best physical shape, it's also a very good time where you can train without judgment from others. If judgment from others has been something that's been holding you back, then that's a great solution, isn't it? Right? And as you get more comfortable, as you get more confident with yourself and your self-image, you can start working out in the evenings when other people work out, and that's going to be feeling like an achievement for you. So this basically sums up my daily startup routine, and I hope it gives you some quality insights. Feel free to ask me about any of these points that I mentioned. I've also started to do a kind of like a content mapping for my videos. This is something that I tried out on this video and my previous video as well. So if this is something that you like, do let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button so you get notified the next time I post a video. Bye for now.